Shri Kumarswami College, Ausa, which is run by Shri Mahanta Swami Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, Ausa, Maharashtra, India. I welcome all the dignitaries and participants for the national webinar on the topic Psychological Counseling. The college, the institute, Shri Kumarswami College, Ausa, has been running a mega series of international and national webinars. The purpose behind conducting this series of webinars is to spread knowledge, to enrich knowledge, to have the fruitful discussions.
Shri to all the audience present here.
Welcome, ma'am.
Assalamu alaikum also.
Welcome, ma'am.
I'm grateful to be here to speak on the topic counseling psychology.
Ma'am,
First of
please.
all, I'm very much grateful to Dr. Bedkar MM, who has organized this event, the principal of Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya. Thank you, sir, for giving me such an opportunity to share my view. So, am I audible to everybody?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, yes. You are audible, ma'am.
So, okay, I'm going to share the screen, and then I'll start my topic as soon as possible.
Please wait. Honorable ma'am is going to commence her speech soon. On behalf of the organizing committee of the college and the webinar series, I heartily welcome Chief Organizer Dr. M. Bedkar sir and the Chief Guest and Keynote Speaker of this webinar, Honorable Gagandeep Kaur ma'am, and I request Gagandeep Kaur ma'am to deliver the keynote speech. Please ma'am, welcome.
So today we are going to start with the what is counseling psychology. So everybody knows, and so many I think eminent professors and lecturers are over there. And I would like to start with the ice-breaking session. Can I ask some questions from all of you? So what is the present scenario of counseling psychology in India? Can anybody answer, please? Okay, so I'll give the answer. So there are only 698 psychologists against 20,250 required in the country, and less than 900 psychiatrists, social workers against the 37,000 needed in Lok Sabha has been informed. So this means this is a present scenario of the counseling psychologist or the psychiatrist. So the people in India, they are not much bothered about the mental health. No doubt, whenever we are having the problem, we are having some sort of physical illness, we go to the doctors, we go for taking the medicines and so and so on. But for the mental health, nobody is concerned. That is the main problem for India. And the people are very superstitious. They won't like to go to the psychiatrist or the counselor. They feel shy. There's something wrong. They feel that when the person is having something wrong and he or she must goes to the psychiatrist or the counselors. So this is a present scenario over here in India. So in India, so we are having 115 million people, those needed therapies for the mental health disorders. So 150 million, this is a present survey. And so what is the main problem in India? Why there is lack of counselors or the counseling psychologist has not has become a very common in India. So that's there's a lack of practical training is there. Lack of practical training is there, and very limited public awareness. That is a main problem. I think that is a limited public awareness. Now some of the important facts I would like to discuss about the counseling psychology. So I'll go with the counseling psychology. First I want to just give the inputs about the counseling psychology. So in India, what the people are thinking, what they think? They think that only when the person is having very serious mental issues, they must visit the psychiatrist. No, that's not the correct opinion or the scenario. So whenever any person is having any distress, even if you're feeling some anxiety, you must visit the counselor. The reason behind that is that sometimes the small everyday issues could build up and spiral out of control. So sometimes small issues can become a very serious problem. So the counselors, now the counselors, why there is a need of counselors? Normally we all are having a very good like families, we have the families, we can interact with them, but why we need the counselors? The reason behind that also I will discuss after that. So some people feel that only the weak people go to the counselor. That is also a very wrong opinion. So anybody who is having some sort of distress, anxiety, depression, or any minor problem also, they can visit the counselor. So there are so many other facts are also there, and the time limit is too less. I think I would like to go with now the major topic, and then I will come again with the counseling psychology, with the other facts. So now, what is counseling psychology? Counseling psychology focuses on teaching patients of all ages how to cope with the emotional, physical and mental health issues. Now, everybody is having the problem. Nowadays, I think because of the COVID, so most of the people are having some sort of mental, I think I won't use the word disorder. There is some sort of distress is there, okay? Some sort of distress is there. So these issues can be how the psychiatrist or the counselors, they can help to rid of such problems. So counseling psychology often focus on patients' daily life stresses, helping them find a balanced approach to overcoming stress. Some counseling psychologists intervene and assist people in times of crisis and extreme stress, providing an assessment, diagnosis and treatment of more severe psychological symptoms. So whenever any problem is there, so become a severe, the patient, the psychologist can hold such things and using various strategies, and the most common strategy that everybody can do at home is a meditation, yoga. So this is only, you need a guidance, the patients need a guidance, nothing else. So with the proper guidance, the stresses can be, you can rid of the stresses and you can live a healthy life. So now, why does a counseling psychologist do? What does a counseling psychologist do? The counseling psychologist facilitates healthy personal and interpersonal relationships in their patients' lives. Okay, so main purpose is to make a healthy relationship, to build a healthy relationship. Okay, so professionals works with individuals, organization, groups and families to reach the root of mental distress and help them to find ways to live with or conquer these issues. So these issues can be sorted with the help of the psychologist. And I think this is very much known to everybody, very eminent, very renowned people are sitting here in the webinar, and I feel very grateful to be a part of this webinar and become a guest speaker. So any queries, any questions you want to ask from me, I'll go with my topic. Further I'll explain, but I need some sort of inputs, some feedbacks. Yes? I need inputs, please. Please give me some inputs. So what is your opinion regarding the counseling psychology? Anybody?
Does anybody want to have?
Okay. Again, I'll just then start my topic. So the voice is not audible to me. I hope one or two person is speaking, but the voice is not audible to me. I don't know, some issue is maybe there. Okay. So now I'll start with my topic. So we have done what is counseling. We have done the purpose of counseling. What is the purpose of counseling? So the purpose of counseling is to give a healthy lifestyle, to cure the mental illness, okay, to create an environment that is healthy for the individual or the client, and to get rid of all his distress. So this is the main purpose of the counseling psychology. So sometimes we people who don't know about our own, so building an interpersonal relationship is very important. Okay, that is a interpersonal, to know yourself. And sometimes we don't have such a knowledge, or we don't have so much time to understand ourselves. We are busy, we are running after the various goals, or we can say the various targets. Okay, so we are not aware about ourselves. So interpersonal relationship is very important. Knowing yourself is very important, and that is the main purpose of counseling psychology. They build the self-esteem. They just make you understand about yourself. They make you familiar about your interest, your abilities, your weakness as well as your strength. And what are the various methods, what are various strategies that has been used by the counseling psychologists? There are various strategies are there. Okay, first of all, the listener. A counselor must be a good listener. A listener, he or she must listen to his client, and therapeutic relationship has to be built. What is therapeutic relationship? So therapeutic relationship is building a very, very good relationship with your client. So whenever your client is open to you, he wants to make changes in himself. He wanted to make changes in his lifestyle. He wanted to make change in his mindset. Then only the counselors can help. So the building a relationship, a healthy relationship with your counselor or with your psychiatrist is very awesome, very, very important. Without that, it's not possible to build a healthy relationship. So now, what is how the counselors work? The counselor being a good listener, he understands the problem of his patient or the client, and then there is some sort of strategies like it is free association. Then the client is always told to speak whatever it's come in your mind, without any fear, without any something like, because like for the once I have asked you the questions in the beginning that why the client is not open to the family members. The family member can be counselor. Is it? No, because in the family, when we are in any relations, we are having a give and take relationship is there. Okay, so whenever I'm discussing my problem with some of my family member, so there is some sort of hindrance is there, and some sort of always like some sort of you can't be open to them, okay. But a counselor is you are having a professional relationship with the counselor, and moreover being professional relationship, and but a relationship is very close, very intimate, because in this relationship there are some ethics are there. The counselors keep pure whatever is your opinion, your feelings, confidential, and because of that confidential relationship, I think the patient or the client is more open to the counselor. And the counselors with the free association, that is one of the method used either. The client is open to speak more and whatever he want, and with the use of then dream analysis here, and whatever the dreams come, the client has to share with his counselor, and using all these the various strategies, okay. So the interpretation is there. The counselors interpret his. You must be knowing that we are having conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind. Conscious, I'm aware, I'm speaking, I'm in a webinar, okay, that is my conscious. Unconscious, so unconscious, and then it's pre-conscious. What is this difference between pre-conscious is that I can remember something with some sort of efforts. If I started putting efforts, I'll just able to understand, yeah, this happened during that time and this, that. Then unconscious, the things that is under, you don't know anything about that. That feelings, that thoughts, something is there inside, but you are unaware of those things. Then the counselor's main therapy is to reveal, to take out such unconscious things from you, and how that unconscious feeling is taken from the client. That is free association, dream analysis, and there is so many psychodynamic therapy that is very essential, very important, and very relevant. That therapy is used psychodynamic therapy, and using those therapies, the client is made to speak, and sometimes the client just broke out and he's just check out all his feeling outside. Even he may not be knowing what is there inside him, but he broke out and speaks so many things, whatever. So that is the one of the main process through which the counselor can understand the client. And then supportive environment has to be given by the counselor. What is that supportive environment? Like, so whenever, and nobody is perfect in this world. Everybody is having some flaws. Everybody is having some problems. Everybody is having some weakness. Okay. So this weakness and this all thing, the psychologist, the counselor becomes supportive, provides supportive environment to the client, and asks him to reflect and explore, identify himself. So identify his weakness, how to work on his weakness, and just provide him some solutions by advising. So this is a very close relationship has to be built, and where various sessions has to be taken, and using various sessions, the psychologist tries to take out his all the hidden feelings and from him, and just guide him for the healthy life. So now you must be knowing that there is two types of counseling: informal counseling and the formal counseling. Informal counseling usually we all do with our friends, colleagues. We always keep on advising them. Okay, that is a informal counseling. And now what is formal counseling? The formal counseling is the counseling that is provided by the counselor. So accepted practices can range from techniques such as opening and closing. So there are various interview techniques are there, and that is opening or closing is something that you have to, there is close-ended, like this, that we went one-to-one, the questioning and answer, that has to be answered this much only. Open-ended, whatever it's coming in this, the mind of the client keep on speaking. And using such all the practices, all such the principle, so all the inner feelings are taken out from the client. So sorry, I couldn't able to share my PPT because of some reason. I have prepared it yesterday, but I couldn't able to do it because I just got 5 to 6 minutes late because of that. So I was trying but couldn't able to share it. So I'm still trying. For me, meanwhile, I'm just keep on giving my verbal lecture. Okay, just let me just try once.
Madam, you are not audible.
It's okay. I'm just trying to share my PPT. I hope it's going on now.
Yes, perfect.
So counseling, we have this topic has been covered. So what is counseling? Purpose of counseling, and then brief overview of counseling we have done. Okay, so formal and informal counseling, we were talking about that topic also. Now let's start with one again. A brief overview of all those things. Now counseling psychology to enhance and promote the positive growth and well-being. We have done mental health of individual, families, groups, and broader community. So this is what is the main purpose of counseling psychology, that is to provide build a positive growth of the client, or to cure the mental illness. And then it's focus on bringing the changes by providing supportive environment to the client. So this counselors works in the field of human services or community work, psychology, education, health, and medicine. So now the next is, what are benefits of counseling? Ability to set boundaries. Okay, so we all have so much expectations. Okay, and this is sometimes the problem arises because of our over expectations, and the counseling help you to set up the boundaries or goals of your life also, and even of your thoughts also, so that you become a cool, calm, and corrected person. This is very important. Cool, calm, and corrected. You must be cool, you must be calm, you must be corrected. Then increase assertiveness to bring positiveness, look the world with positivity. Better relationships, build good relationship with the others, less anxiety. Okay, so no need of anxiety. Whatever is coming on the way, let it be. Okay, openly challenge the whatever is coming in your ways. Stress relief is also the benefit of counseling is that, so you need a person to whom you can speak. You can speak without any barrier, okay, without any fear, without any expectations. That is a counselor provide you such a confidential atmosphere where you can rely on him and you can discuss all your problems. Trauma resolution, okay, that is trauma whenever anybody is having the trauma, okay, that is post-traumatic distress is there, and so many others are there. That is a very big topic. So that resolution is there. Greater self-confidence, your confidence is built by the counselors. Counseling psychologists help in building a self-confidence, regaining emotional balance. That is very, very important nowadays. So emotional, like EQ and IQ, we all know we have two. IQ is important, but EQ is more important than IQ. So because when we are living in a society, we must know how to deal with the people. We must know how to work. Without that, your IQ even won't work. Now we have done the overview. What is the counseling? This all I have explained you earlier. So now we'll move to further slide. Informal and informal slides. This is also we have done. Okay, formal is different to just talking to someone we know. Like informal, we are talking, we are advising, that is informal. Formal, that is a again is advising the client. Okay, giving advice is not the goal. Helping the client to find their own solution is the counselor goal. So this is very important. So this is formal counseling is not advisory. It is something to find out the solution and to work on the problem and to give the solution. So this is the main purpose of formal counseling. Now formal counseling, so this formal counseling also work on some models, some frameworks, okay, and that goal, there are some action plans are there, so that realistic goals has to be achieved with the help of the counselor. So counselors include self-care for the client, okay, the care one that is unpositive, that is unconditional positive regard. So unconditional positive regard has to be built for the client. Whatever is the way of reaction of the client, whatever the client speaks, whatever he do, but my regard should be always positive for him. Unconditional positive regard should be there for your client. So that is the main purpose of the counselor. So then individualized programs are set, okay, according to the problems, according to the stress, according to the disorders, mental disorder. Then stress management techniques are taught in the counseling, okay. So these are the main work of formal counseling. Now I'll move to the next slide. I hope I am audible to everybody. Please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam. Yes, you're audible.
Am I audible to everybody?
Yes, you're audible.
Are you enjoying the webinar? You are understanding what I want to deliver?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you for the positive response. I've got it. Yes. Thank you, sir, Mr. Dr. M.K. Jain. Thank you. So further, I'll discuss. So now this counseling versus psychotherapy. Now, what is psychotherapy? So psychotherapy, just now I have taught you, this is one of the method of dealing with your mental disorders. Okay, psychotherapies. So counseling is just a short-term process when you come to the counselor and the counselors give you some sort of strategies and just told you to meditate, or some yogas are there, so you get rid of your problem in a very short tenure. So psychotherapy is work for the long term. And in the detail about the psychotherapy, we'll go with the next slide. And then support the patients to perform day-to-day activities in a normal and efficient manner. So this is a work of the counselor. So if somebody is very shy, he doesn't have confidence, he is unable to speak in front of others, he having a stage fear, or maybe he's not social, maybe he is having some phobia. So this types of things can be sorted with the help of the counseling. But the psychotherapy works on the larger scale, uncover the foundation of the problems and address it in the more efficient manner. Okay? So this is more, it's go in the very efficient manner in the details. Then in the counseling, address the issue in a less in-depth manner. Okay, in the counseling, we don't go in depth. What is the reason why the thing is good? We just focus on the solution. But in the psychotherapy, the deep dive into the problem of the client is needed. Okay, and then case study is made, and through those case studies and deep dive, the detail of the client is understood and try to work on it. Then in the counseling, deal with the patients who are fit enough to think rationally and find solution to the problem by themselves. So in the counseling, what is done? So normally the patients is made fitted to think rationally, to work on the problems instead of focusing on the problem. Okay, so we must work on the solution rather than working on the problem. So solution, we must have the open mind, always work on the solution rather than beating the bushes. Now then the psychotherapies involved is an individual who can dependent on the psychotherapies to gain control over their personality, mind, emotions. This is overall working on everything. It's a personality, the client, the counselor works on his personality, mind, emotions, behavior, that is intact. So next slide, we'll go with the next slide. There is some video, but due to the shortage of time, I won't start the video. So I'll go with the next slide. So this is learning process for the counseling. So this is how counseling is done. It is an integrated knowledge. It's a mindset that shows ongoing ability to change your conception, be responsive to new ideas, flexible and reflexive. The counselor made the person change the mindset. There's nothing. जादू नहीं करता कोई काउंसलर, जादू उसके पास छड़ी नहीं है जादू की. वो क्या करना है, माइंडसेट चेंज करना. That mind has set will be changed, and his whatever his weakness, his problems, that will come on the surface, and the counselor will start working on the solution. So that is, it will give him more new ideas and make him flexible and reflexive. Challenges: maintaining openness, flexibility in critical mind. So this is what I can say. So in the counseling, so there is always challenges are there. So we have to be flexible, and the critical mind should be there. Exposure to different situations and emotions. That is obviously when we are coming through the various clients, we have to very open. Okay. And being a good counselor involves more than skills and theory, and is being a thoughtful and considerate, and that is to become a good human being. To empathy is very important. Okay, so to understand the other's feeling, that is more important for the counselor. The counselor has to feel his pain and work like the thing is all thing is going around him or with him or on him. Okay, whatever. So then it start working with that purpose to give the solution. Next. Now, this already we have done. So this is all trained professionals are there. Psychiatrists, clinical psychologists, counseling psychologists, school psychologists, they all can work. They all are the counseling psychologists. They can give you the counseling. So they are the helping professionals. We can also tell them helping professionals. Now, there are major therapeutic approaches. Now, suppose somebody is having some problem. So, which approaches we are going to work on it? It's a psychodynamic, behavioral, existential. Now, what is the main purpose of, just now I had explained you some psychodynamic. So, this is when you have the conflicts in your thoughts, intra-psychic conflicts. आपके दिमाग में लड़ाइयाँ चल रही हैं, आपके बहुत सारे thoughts आ गए हैं. Okay, so आपकी जुबान कुछ और बोल रही है, दिल कुछ और बोल रहा है, दिमाग कुछ और बोल रहा है. एक proper आप एक consensus में नहीं चल पा रहे. So that is a intra-psychic conflicts. Okay, so that is the main. Whenever any person is having the conflicts of thoughts, so many things are going inside him, he is unable to speak, he is unable to understand. So then that is psychodynamic approach is used. And then when there is some faulty learning, weakness, whenever we come to know that the person is having he is having the faulty learning, that conditioning, उसके घर में उसका पालन पोषण ही सही ढंग से नहीं हुआ, उसकी faulty learning है, conditioning गलत हुई है, स्कूल में कुछ conditioning गलत हो गई है. So then we work on with the help of behavioral approach. Existential approach works when the person don't know about his existence. उसको पता ही नहीं है मेरी जिंदगी का मकसद क्या है, वो भटक रहा है, उसको समझ ही नहीं है कुछ. So then उसकी एग्जिस्टेंस उसको समझाना, उसकी इंटरेस्ट और उसके स्किल्स, उसकी एबिलिटी डेवलप करना, ये एक्सटेंशियल अप्रोच करती है. आई होप यू आर गेटिंग, बिकॉज आई होप यू ऑल आर गेटिंग मी.
Yes, madam. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So thank you for giving the response. So this is a very topic is बहुत डिटेल है, बहुत बड़ा टॉपिक है. मैं इस पर कल से काम कर रही थी. अब इस वर्क इन मेकिंग द स्लाइड्स एंड सो मेनी थिंग्स, बट द कंटेंट एंड मटेरियल इज सो मच. आई थिंक इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू, आई थिंक प्रिसाइसली मैं इसको एक्सप्लेन कर पाऊँ. इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल, बट आई एम ट्राइंग माय बेस्ट. 45 minutes is very less for counseling psychology. So let's move further. So now I have told you psychodynamic approach. Okay, in the psychodynamic approaches, so whenever such thoughts, वो thoughts कब आती हैं हमारे दिमाग में, बहुत सारी इधर उधर से thoughts चल रही हैं, बहुत सारे अंदर लड़ाइयाँ चल रही हैं, वो कब होती हैं? When unfulfilled desires of childhood, unresolved childhood fear. बचपन में बच्चे की कोई इच्छाएं अधूरी रह गई हैं, या उसके कोई डर, उसके मन में कोई फोबिया या कोई डर ऐसा बैठ गया जो वो निकल नहीं पाया, और उसके कारण वो ये एक उसकी we can't say that some sort of thought process में उसके प्रॉब्लम आ गई है. Then psychodynamic approach is used. It's a treatment साथ उसकी बाहर सारी चीजें बाहर लेकर आनी है, एंड देन थ्रू दिस एंड रिपोर्टिंग उसके ड्रीम्स की, उसके क्या सपने आते हैं, उसका क्या है, दिस ऑल यू कैन इंटरप्रेट एंड यू कैन फाइंड आउट द मेन प्रॉब्लम. Therapists understand conflict better than the client, interprets the thoughts and feeling of the client or to his or her, or whenever the client has spoken about him or whatever, so therapist ने उसको समझ के उसको उस चीज को उसको इंटरप्रेट करना है और उसकी फीलिंग्स को समझाना है, एंड देन उसको एक रीजनिंग देनी है अपने लिए कि हाँ, so why the things is going, that reasoning insight has to be built, and that insight is built by the counselor. So that is emotional insight, that is the main benefit of this. Then behavioral approach, as I have said कि परवरिश नहीं सही हुई, कंडीशनिंग नहीं सही हुई, उसमें क्या है, दिस कंडीशनिंग सही की जाती है एंड उसकी लर्निंग पैटर्न और थिंकिंग एंड बिलीफ को सही किया जाता है. दैट इज अ कॉग्निटिव सीबीटी, एक बहुत फेमस, दैट इज वेरी यू कैन prominent or very much used therapy is that CBT that is used. Okay, and then in the existential, अगर आपकी importance आपको नहीं पता, उसकी feelings और loneliness, alienations, अलग-अलग रहना, किसी से बोलना नहीं है, so you can't interact with others, you don't know about your existence, and then that positive regard has to be built. उसमें positivity लेकर आनी है, non-judgmental environment उसको देनी है, उसको पूरा बोलना है कि whatever is come, speak to me, उसकी weakness, उसकी strength उसको समझानी है, और उसकी उस strength से उसकी abilities और interest ढूंढने हैं, वेरियस टेस्ट लगाकर, बहुत सारे टेस्ट लगाकर उसकी एबिलिटीज ढूंढनी है, और फिर उसको उससे रूबरू करवाना है कि हाँ भाई आप बच्चे आप इसमें अच्छी हो, यू कैन गो विद द पेंटिंग, पेंटिंग इज कैन बी योर it is talent is there inside you, so like that a proper road map उसके लिए build करना है, that is the work of the counselor in the existential therapy. Okay, so personal growth is possible through this. I hope it's clear.
Yes madam, yes.
I'm going very fast. बहुत जल्दी बोल रही हूँ, बहुत fast है क्योंकि content बहुत है, that's why. And you all are getting.
Yeah, we are able to get it, no problem.
Dr. Ahmed.
Yes, sir, we are able to get it. It's very interesting
आपकी
subject.
आवाज मुझे नहीं सुन रही और मुझे लगता you want to speak something.
Oh, no, it's a very interesting topic. I'm getting it. Actually, I'm traveling though.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Kadam sir, for giving a very positive response. I'm giving my best. I hope you all will get something from here. Now, next is psychological test. So there are many psychological tests are there. I'll just go with only just a brief. पर्सनालिटी टेस्ट लगाया जाता है पर्सनालिटी को समझने के लिए, ठीक है. अचीवमेंट टेस्ट, हम हाँ किस चीज में अचीवमेंट टेस्ट बहुत सारे ये देखिए साथ में दिए हुए हैं. जो अचीवमेंट टेस्ट से हम अचीवमेंट द पर्सन्स wherever he stands, whether he is having the education achievement, okay, whether he is, we can assess his ability. Then attitude test is there, okay, so attitude test is there, in which field he is, what is his opinion about that thing, that is attitude test will help to diagnosis कि उसका opinion किस चीज में कैसा है. Aptitude test, that is we all know aptitude test, okay, किस चीज में उसकी काबिलियत है. Emotional intelligence test, neuro psychological test, projective test, ये सारे टेस्ट लगाकर ही हम अपने पेशेंट के बारे में जान सकते हैं. So now, so counseling, I hope हमें इतना समझ आ गया. Counseling क्या करती है, diagnosis करती है. Empathy, we have to understand the feeling of other. Communication एक अच्छी build करनी, advice देनी. एक expert आपके पास strategies होनी चाहिए, एक expert trained counselor होना चाहिए, and आपने supportive बनना है, उसको अपने साथ लेकर चलना है, whatever the problem is having with your client or the patient. So this is all the counselors do. The counselor diagnoses, he is empathic, he communicates, he give advice, he is an expert, he is in subject, and he give support. And supportive environment is very much needed for every person, whoever is there. Now, basic counseling skills. So basic counseling skill, attending is very important. So whenever we start attending a person, okay, so then understanding his silence or whatever, so listening more and more. The counselor has to be a good listener. Rapport building is very important with your client, otherwise he won't open to you. Immediate immediacy, that is whatever the solution you can give as soon as that is must be provided. Focusing, you must focus on his problem, working you have to focus in depth, with depth understanding, questioning, summarizing, reflecting, paraphrasing. These are all the basic skills that counselors need to be have. Now a counselor, last whatever we are coming, skill of an effective counselor. Communication skill, you must be a very good communicator. Okay. Interpersonal skill, अपने आप को interpersonal बोले, एक तो interpersonal है, intrapersonal है. Intra means you started understanding yourself. Interpersonal, you started communicating with the others efficiently, with the groups, with your clients, with the colleagues. So this is interpersonal skill has to be built. और communication interpersonal skills develop की जाती है. Understanding of ethic is very important. और unethical way से हम counseling नहीं कर पाते, ये बहुत जरूरी है. Because आपने किसी की feeling के साथ खिलवाड़ नहीं करना, आपने उसको समझना है, उसको एक रेमेडी देनी है, सोल्यूशन देना है. और एक काउंसलर में पेशेंस बहुत ही ज्यादा होना चाहिए. कंपैशन, अंडरस्टैंडिंग, एम्पैथी, जैसे मैंने पहले भी किया, सिंपैथेटिक, एम्पैथेटिक होना बहुत जरूरी है. इमोशनल स्टेबिलिटी, दूसरे की प्रॉब्लम समझ के अपने इमोशंस नहीं खत्म कर देने. अपने इमोशंस को you can't you have to have very stable, so you have to understand his stress and then you have to work on his stress. And instead of putting उसकी स्ट्रेस अपने पर डालनी नहीं है, आपने उसकी स्ट्रेस को कम करना है. Knowledge of laws and regulation, that is very important, because ethical ground, we must work on the ethics. Okay. Open-mindedness has to be, that's very one of the prominent feature needed to be. Trustworthiness, that is very important. जब तक आप trustworthy नहीं, कोई भी आपके साथ openly discuss नहीं करेगा अपनी problem. Research skills होनी चाहिए, because a good counselor must work on this research and getting more and more informations on the latest technologies, latest strategies, latest therapies, and that research has to skill should be there in a good counselor. Problem solving skill, that is one of the prominent feature of needed, because हमें problem तो solve करनी है. Problem solving skill ये counselor में होना सबसे जरूरी है. Observational skill, हाँ, observe करना. Now this is also one of the strategy है कि हमने उसको observe कर भी बहुत कुछ समझना है उसकी body language से. So this is observational skills बहुत अच्छी होनी चाहिए. Reasoning skills, हाँ, एक connectivity build कर उसकी problem समझ के, ठीक है, उसको एक healthy behavior बनाना उसका, ठीक है, उसको उसकी problems को समझ के उसको एक guide करना to work on a proper platform. Okay, that is very, and the moreover computer skill is nowadays needed everywhere. Okay, so I hope you all have understood the topic counseling psychology, sir. Any input from sir, Dr. Bedkar, sir?
Yes, very
I want
continue.
to listen from you.
Continue, madam. We are listening. Very nice.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
And 45 participants were there. This is a very good.
I think it's less. Daily we join more than 50. Now it's nearly
For me.
50. Okay.
So feedback form, I think sir is going to give. The
Yes.
organizers will provide the feedback link.
Yes.
Please provide it, sir, and always and also let me know so where I stand so that I can work more and in more better way.
No, you
And I can also
you can continue up to 7 p.m. madam. You can continue
become
up
an
to
efficient web.
you can
speaker.
continue up to 7 p.m. Don't worry.
मैडम आप 7 PM तक हो सकते हैं. आप बोलिए. Wonderful interview and the aspects you're covering was very apparent of management. I really enjoying this lecture.
Is there any question from anybody? Please.
Okay, this is Badruddin Ahmed, madam. Gagandeep Kaur, ma'am. I'm audible to you, ma'am. Gagandeep, ma'am.
She is typing something.
Okay, right. Let her write. Madam, I didn't.
Does anybody?
Yes, I'm Professor Badiuddin Ahmad, actually from Hyderabad, on the
Yes,
university.
sir.
Right now I'm traveling, but still I'm.
Your voices are not audible to me. I'm just chatting में मैं देख रही हूँ. मुझे आवाज किसी की भी नहीं सुनी. Sorry, I think there is maybe some problem or something.
No,
yeah, I
actually.
can share the PPT, sir. Anil, sir, I'll share the PPT.
Your PPTs we are seeing.
Sure, I'll share the PPT. I'll send to the sir, and he will share with all of you.
No, you are not able to listen to us, madam. We all are listening you. You just check your input of that mic or headphone.
Your audio may be not able to hear us actually.
Thank you to all of you. Thank you everybody. I hope I must leave now. Thank you everybody, sir. So I'll share the topic, the PPT with all of you.
Ma'am, we are getting your voice, but you are not getting our voice.
Maybe she needs to be.
Thank you, ma'am, for your.
So my email ID is this, sir. So mail me. So I'll share the PPT with everybody.
Thank you, ma'am, for your informative speech on the topic. And we have got a lot of information about counseling psychology, and important tips have been given to us. And you have told us that in India, counseling psychology is neglected, but it is of prime importance to lead healthy life. So on behalf of the organizing committee, I thank you. And after this important keynote speech, I would like to invite Honorable Chief Organizer and Chairperson of this webinar, Dr. M. Bedkar sir, to deliver his concluding words. Please, sir, welcome.
Thank you, Professor sir. Kaur sir, I am audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you to all organizing team committee members and today's resource person, madam. I think
Thank you,
she's
sir. Thank you.
unable to
Shukriya.
listen. She is communicating one way because we are responding you, waiting for the discussion. Now she left the meeting. I think there is a problem of communication of our web app with her. No doubt, we enjoyed this webinar with Badruddin Ahmad sir, Dattatreya Kadam sir, Prashant Ugade sir, Prakash Kadar sir, Anita Dhole madam, and 38 other members I am seeing here. So because of her problem, she is not unable to discuss with us. So we will stop here. I will send your certificate. Thank you for joining. And every day it doesn't happen. I think today it's happened one-way communication with that resource person. So tomorrow we will again meet for new topic. Thank you to all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your concluding words. And also I thank Honorable Ma'am, though there was some technical problem for her to communicate with us, but she tried her best to deliver about the topic. So on behalf of the organizing committee, I thank her. I also thank all the participants who are very punctually joining this webinar and taking active part in the discussion session. Thank you. I also thank all organizing committee members who are taking efforts to run this webinar series, and I request all participants to fill feedback link so that they can have their certificates. And finally, with the permission of Chief Organizer and Chairperson Honorable Dr. M. Bedkar sir, I declare here that today's webinar is over. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.